Samsung was the Android OEM who began the large smartphone, or phablet, trend, so it's a big deal whenever the time and the year hits for another Galaxy Note device. Typically, the Galaxy S series gives us a peek at what to expect from the Note series, and this year was no exception. Samsung even skipped the numbering for what would subsequently be the Note 6 in order to better correlate the lineup. Last year was the Note 5 and this year leapt to the Note 7. Although many may regard the Note 7 as merely a larger Galaxy S7 Edge with a stylus, it even borrows the dual-edge screen design. That assessment immediately becomes unjustified once you get the device in your hands. It also brings some slick new tricks to the table. We'll cover all this and if Samsung's latest phablet flagship is the new Android King in our Samsung Galaxy Note 7 smartphone review. Design. It's no surprise that the Galaxy Note 7 continues Samsung's current design of glass-dominated construction. This year is an evolution of that concept, initially spotted in the Galaxy S series a few months back. But we'll say that the Note 7 is probably the most perfected sculpting of the glass and metal fusion, as Samsung has nailed a harmonious curved symmetry from front and back. This also means that, like it or not, the dual curved edge display is here to stay. But the Note 7 does play it safe by lessening the effect compared to Samsung's edge-labeled phones. The slopes on the sides are subtle and don't cause nearly as much ergonomic concerns as, say for instance, the pronounced curves on the Galaxy S7 Edge. Coupled with the larger phone size and slightly thicker body, 7.9mm compared to 7.7mm on the S7 Edge, the Note 7's grip is significantly better than Samsung's preceding edgy flagship. However, this isn't to say that the Note 7 isn't still a slippery bugger. The gorgeous design comes at a price: extra risk of damage. Glass is far from the best casing material in terms of durability. Also, while it'll look stunning out of the box, an overrun of fingerprint smudges will be the hard reality of the exterior. All of Samsung's newer hardware features of course get included in the Note 7, such as the flat rear camera hump, microSD card slot, and IP68 water, dust proofing. But look more closely and you'll find a couple new additions: adoption of the newest USB Type-C port standard and an infrared LED to the left of the earpiece, used for iris retinal scanning. Yes, Samsung debuted the exclusive technology that can use your eyes as a form of authentication. The fingerprint scanner is still present within the home button, which you can opt to use instead. However, this isn't to say that the Note 7 isn't still a slippery bugger. The gorgeous design comes at a price: extra risk of damage. Glass is far from the best casing material in terms of durability. Also, while it'll look stunning out of the box, an overrun of fingerprint smudges will be the hard reality of the exterior. All of Samsung's newer hardware features of course get included in the Note 7, such as the flat rear camera hump, microSD card slot, and IP68 water, dust proofing. But look more closely and you'll find a couple new additions: adoption of the newest USB Type-C port standard and an infrared LED to the left of the earpiece, used for iris retinal scanning. Yes, Samsung debuted the exclusive technology that can use your eyes as a form of authentication. The fingerprint scanner is still present within the home button, which you can opt to use instead. Display. Samsung makes one of the best, if not the best, mobile displays on the market, and this superiority continues with the Note 7. That said, there isn't much about it that's changed as of late. It's still a 5.7 Super AMOLED QHD resolution, 2560 by 1440 pixels, panel. Samsung has seemingly reached a perfected balance between brilliance and color accuracy, and the brightness can proficiently scale from adequate dimness in the dark to super bright in direct sunlight. Everything is also profusely sharp thanks to that 518 pixel saturation. There is an underlying update which will probably go overlooked: high dynamic range, HDR, playback. HDR video quality is a trending technology in TV displays today, said to produce drastically superior contrast and colors, and Samsung has carried over the capability to its mobile division. Only HDR-compatible content first has to be available, which Amazon says it will soon make available via its Prime service, so for now you'll at least be future-proof for the upcoming boost in video quality. Samsung forcing users this time around to adopt the dual-curve display may be a stickler for some Note fans. Last year, we had the choice for the flat-screen Note 5 or curved S6 Edge Plus, but the effect is minimal in our opinion. The curves are much smaller than on the S7 Edge, and coupled with efficient touch rejection, they don't impugn on usability or result in accidental touches as you reach across the screen. Some may question why it's there in the first place, which is justified, but the curved screen adds to the beauty that Samsung is going for. It looks like you're just holding screen from side to side. The subtler curves on the Note 7 is a great attempt by Samsung to suit every camera. Another feature that was carried over from this year's Galaxy S series was the primary camera module. It still remains at a capture resolution of 12MP and f/1.7 aperture lens with 1.4 micrometers sized pixels. There's nothing wrong by us to keep this camera around. Its performance was stellar in our use of the Galaxy S, consistently pumping out sharp and accurately colored images, even in those tough low light situations. Samsung's dual-pixel system is also a force to be reckoned with, as we have yet to see a faster autofocus. Refer to the gallery below for some of our favorite sample shots. Our only complaint about the camera is that when the auto HDR kicks into high gear in sunny conditions, images can sometimes be too aggressively brightened, but it's minor. Also, higher megapixel cameras can edge the sensor in terms of sharpness, such as with Samsung's next-door Korean neighbor rival LG and its 16MP shooter on the G5 and upcoming V20. Final thoughts. After a good run with the Note 7, we're left overly positive impressions. Samsung is edging smartphone perfection now, as this latest Note takes the Galaxy S7's elegant and expertly crafted curved glass design and packs on even more features for power users. In our opinion, the Note 7 is the most well-rounded smartphone in terms of quality and the most beautiful one to date. Although, it comes at a price, and we're not just talking about the hefty $850 base cost. Despite being Gorilla Glass 5 reinforced, the exterior can easily crack with the right impact. A case is practically a necessity for this phone.